Well, excuse me, babe. Hey, babe, what's up? You care to explain to me what I just found on your phone? There's nothing on my phone that I would be worried about. Do not be smart with me. I'm not being smart. I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to make it clear I'm a strong, independent woman and I do not need you, okay? I do not. I was walking down the street the other day. I passed an Amazon driver. He said, you smell interesting. And I said, get the fuck away from me. But deep down, I was like, you know what? That's someone that actually appreciates me. Unlike my man who lies to me every chance he gets. Okay, I haven't bought a watch in like a year, all right? I'm gonna describe to you in detail what I found. A charge for $1,000, a charge for $700, $1,000 here, a few hundred there. What do you think this family's made of money? Because we're not. I might just start an OnlyFans. It's besides the point. You said you were gonna stop buying watches. Okay. Those are the car parts I was telling you about, so. Car parts? I was mistaken. Hey, why don't you have this coffee I made you? Drink. Make sure to drink all of it. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you. It's a little bit different. It's do you use like almond milk? It's like almondy. It's good. Thank you. The joke is that cyanide has been described as tasting like almonds. So, that's the joke. Alright guys, so I don't know if you could tell, I had a bit too much fun filming that beginning intro, but you know who else had a whole lot of fun? My parents, while driving my 911 race car. Now, they did a great job, all things considered, and they didn't even complain to me to my face. In fact, my mom was very kind to me. I warned her. I said, the car is going to be incredibly loud, so you honestly might need to bring earplugs. But I don't know if the camera picked it up. When they got out of the car, the first thing she said to me was, oh, it's not that loud.
How'd you like it?
It's great.
Can you hear anything?
What?
Exactly.
Which is an incredible, like, understatement, okay? It is freakishly loud. That Fab Speed Super Cup exhaust hurts my ears. And I love it, but it is definitely not a reasonably sounding vehicle. It is berserker. And then the car, drives on rails. It's incredibly stiff. And then when you match that with the GT3 Euro Cup seats, it's just a very, the driver's position. It's just a very aggressive car all around. But my parents did a really good job. And even their little Yorkshire Terrier, Trigger, he absolutely loved it. By the way, Trigger, I get a lot of questions about the name. I think I brought him up in another episode, or maybe it was on Instagram. People were like, why Trigger? Well, that's Roy Rogers, the cowboy's horse. So it's, little cowboy theme. Just some old people stuff. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think my parents had, a fun time driving the car. I don't think it's anything new to my dad, though. My dad's had, I think 6 911s throughout his life. So I'm pretty sure he was probably like, just add this one to the list. It just all blurs together at this point. But don't take it from me. Let's hear what my dad has to say.
Hey, good evening. I'm the Time Teller's father, Father Time. He's asked me to make some comments about his 996 Porsche, so we'll get down to business right now. I spent some time driving it over the weekend. It's terrific. I've had 6 Porsches over the years. 3 or 4 were air, and 2 water-cooled. The air-cooled are better, of course. My last one was a 996 Twin Turbo, 2004. It was a beast, period. Well, Jory's 996 is amazing. It's so tight, you better not lose concentration for a moment. The steering is spot on. The suspension is terrific unless you're driving on Los Angeles streets, which are like potholes from a war zone, to be frank. Anyhow, the steering's terrific, the suspension's tight, it accelerates and handles perfectly. You need to know how to drive a Porsche if you want to drive one like this. because if you're not used to rear-wheel drive and the engine in the back, you'll kill yourself, period. I spun the rear end out once on a ramp. It was fun. I recovered, of course, immediately because I do it all the time, period. I say period because I dictate all the time, and when I talk to myself, I think I'm dictating, so ignore the periods. Let's see. Fast as hell, incredible fun. The way he set it up makes it like a racing car. The seats, terrific if you're driving. They're not good if you're cruising. They're not comfortable for lying back and cushy. They hold you in place and make you do what you need to do. So, I won't say period again. This car is incredible. Mom and I had a terrific drive, except when I spun it out on purpose. She didn't really appreciate that a great deal. But, she'll get used to it. So, if you have any questions, ask the time teller.
So, you might be asking yourself why my dad was even driving that vehicle in the first place, and it's because we were going to the Porsche Experience Center LA's morning shift event, which is a car show they do every third Sunday of the month. And I was driving the 944, he was driving the 911. It was the first time ever that I was showing up to an event with two vehicles, and the cool thing about this week specifically is that they were doing a focus on Porsches with pop-up headlights, and again, my 944 falls into that category. And it was just very, very special all around, because when you first show up, you park on the side of the road, and they have it all sectioned off, and it's like this big convoy of really cool cars. It's not exclusively Porsches, but it's, the vast majority of people are showing up in Porsches. And we saw some really incredible cars there, like two Ferraris, a Ford GT that had a really funny license plate. I think it was FU Enzo, so it was really sticking it to those Ferraris. And the crew members from Porsche Experience, so the people that actually work there, walk up and down the sidewalk, and they choose which cars they want to be featured vehicles. And the featured vehicles get to park in the center walkway, and that's where everybody walks and takes photos, and it's just a blast. And I got the golden ticket. All right, I got one of the pieces of paper designating me a featured vehicle. And guys, I was last or first. It depends on how you look at it, but all you need to know is I got the choice seating because with Porsche's photographers, the people that were manning their social media for the day, I was actually the first car you see when you're facing the Porsche Experience Center building. So all around the internet for that day, I was immortalized as the first car to be seen. And it was just a very special feeling. I know it's kind of a stupid thing to brag about, but being a featured vehicle for an event at Porsche's own center, it was kind of surreal. And to be able to experience that with the people I love, my parents were there, the dog was there, my girlfriend was there. It was just, it's just icing on the cake. Now, another thing that was really cool is, as far as the 944s that were there, mine was kind of the only one set up as like a legit wannabe race car, with the suspension done the way it is, with the seats, with the harnesses, with the roll cage, with the steering wheel. And it was really fun to see people appreciating that car the way I do. I put a lot of time and energy and money into that car, and to see other people, poking their head in and taking pictures and asking about it and videoing it, to see them appreciate something that I've really taken a lot of time and energy towards, it makes it all worth it, and it makes it really fun. How would that not feel good? It's just, it was special. And again, to see the people at Porsche Experience Center also appreciating it enough to invite me to be a featured vehicle and post me on their social media and everything, that made it even better. Which now brings me to the update section of the episode. Now, two things are happening right now as we speak. The first thing is that we got a set of long tube headers in from Lindsay Racing for the 944, and the auto power roll cage for the 911 is coming in tomorrow, like in a few hours. Like after I go to sleep, after uploading this to the editor, it's gonna be here on my front doorstep. So I'm very excited. Here's what I think is gonna happen. The long tube headers, I'm gonna wait to put in the 944 when the supercharger comes in. The auto power roll cage for the 911, I'm probably going to do that ASAP. So I'll schedule that as soon as possible with House Automotive, and then we'll wait to do the headers along with the supercharger for the 944. Now, speaking of the supercharger, at the time of filming, okay, we are 630 subscribers away from me pulling the trigger officially on that supercharger. I told you that we would do it once I hit 10,000 subscribers, and again, we are 630 subscribers away from that happening. Now, another thing that's happening when we hit 10,000 subscribers is you have a chance to win a very cool watch. 3 chances to win, actually, because again, we're partnering with Vero and Orient to give away 3 watches to 3 lucky subscribers. And if you don't win that giveaway, have no fear, because I've decided we're going to be doing a giveaway every single month on this channel. Why on this channel and not on the wristwatch channel, right? Why not on the time teller channel? Well, because I want to give you the best chance possible of winning a watch. Because guys, if you don't win this month, the chances of you winning next month are actually quite good when you compare it to me doing a giveaway on the time teller channel. There's simply a smaller pool of people on this channel, which means your chances of winning are much better, because it's not like this channel is going to blow up overnight, okay? So once we hit 10K, I hope that it grows steadily, but it's not going to get as big as the time teller channel overnight. So you're still going to have a better chance at winning something monthly on this channel, again, because the sheer size of the channel, it's much smaller than the pool of people that would be entering on the time teller channel. So again, monthly giveaways, that's another part of the update, and I'm very excited about all of that. So yeah, 2 big parts have come in. I'm really close to pulling the trigger on the supercharger, monthly giveaways, and yeah, I had a blast this last weekend. So let's just keep it rolling, baby. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will catch you on the next one. Guys, I am T3, and it's time to drive.